Oh, somebody done go and wrote on my profile, was like, oh yeah, you best, do a video about aliens. So I was like, all right, what am I do about this? Okay, let's talk about aliens in terms of steps towards disclosure, right? Now, I think I did maybe a video timeline towards disclosure. Bashar talks about timeline towards disclosure. He says like by the year 2018, everybody's going to know that the aliens are here. By the year 2030, there's going to be like intermittent contact. By the year 2050, we're going to have full-fledged interminglance with the aliens. It's pretty early. Now, okay, steps towards disclosure. I uploaded a video a couple years ago talking about what I think about 2012, and what I said was that after 2012, December 21st, 2012, in enlightened segments of Western Europe and North America, which is probably going to be most, at least like most of college graduate type neighborhoods, you know what I mean, are going to believe that the aliens are here. That's what I think. I mean, statistically speaking, 85% of Americans think the aliens are here, so it's actually already like that. But what I mean is like it's basically going to be like in the air, like we all know that they're here in America, and then it's just going to grow out from there. But in terms of steps towards disclosure, there's something that happen. There's something that's going to happen. After that, everybody, all of the educated people, and then all of the uneducated people, and then like fundamentalist Christian types, or just like sheltered types, when it becomes common knowledge amongst them too, and people who think that are going to think that aliens are bad types, because we do think that aliens are bad. I mean, look at every single movie that's made; they're fucking bad aliens, Yet we had Skyline, we've had all these other ones, and it's like, oh Jesus, dude, when are you going to make a movie about the good aliens? I mean, when was the last one? Cocoon back in 1987, I mean, come on, man. I mean, even that one was Kevin Spacey. He wasn't like a good alien. He's just some fucking creepy guy who was trying to make fun of fucking Jeff Bridges all the time, You ask questions all the time, Jeff Bridges. It's like, fuck you, you alien. Go back to your fucking country. Anyways, yeah. So that's basically, because TV, I should do a video about that. Movies show what our zeitgeist is. Movies show what our group mind is, right? And so that's basically what our group mind is, thinking the aliens are bad. So, anyways, when it becomes common knowledge, people are gonna actually know that aliens are here. Like it's like, yeah, aliens are here. It's on TV all the time. Once it gets on the TV all the time, and not just on CNN, people are like, oh look, the aliens here. But it's more like, okay, yeah, the aliens are here. People are gonna freak out, and it's gonna be like, oh my god, holy shit. And even people like me are gonna be like, holy shit, filled with a little bit of fear, like, oh my god. And shit's going to get real, you know what I mean? Now, when that happens, it's kind of similar to, I'll drop an analogy of this kayak trip I was going to do around the Caribbean. I bought everything for the kayak trip. I was about to do the kayak trip. It was about 2 months before we were going to leave for the kayak trip with my friend. And I was like, holy shit, I'm really going to do the kayak trip. Holy shit, oh my god. Is this going to be dangerous? Am I going to die? Oh my god. And I was kind of filled with fear. And the next thing I know, my friend's like, oh, you know what? I don't want to do it anymore. And I was like, yeah, I bet. I bet I know how you were feeling, And it's kind of like that. Like people with the aliens. I want to get abducted by aliens. I want to get abducted by aliens. I'm not for aliens. And then it's like, okay, the aliens are here now. And you're like, oh, okay. I feel a little bit differently than I thought I was going to, Feeling the adrenaline. Like, do I really want to do this? So it's kind of like that. Maybe like bungee jumping. Oh, I want to go bungee jumping. I want to go bungee jumping. And then you're standing on the plank and you're like, oh, maybe I don't want to go bungee jumping. You know what I mean? Kind of like that with aliens. But so I think when that happens, there's going to be a lull in terms of alien contact. There's going to be a period of time where people are going to know that aliens are here, but nothing's going to happen. We're going to keep living in our lives, and the aliens aren't going to land. And there's not going to be increased sightings. I mean, there will be increased sightings, but not like so many sightings where it's like, oh, we got another. Or maybe we will get like another sighting like every day, but it's not going to be like any landings. No like solid proof. Like the diehard skeptics, you're still going to be diehard skeptics. But there's going to be a period of time in history where we're going to start wondering what it all means, without actually having to live it in our face. Now, And I think that's when we're going to start to become, that's when our religions are going to have to start to basically hit the fast track in terms of integration of religions. Because if aliens are going to land, we're going to have to live in the aliens' world. Okay? We're going to have to think like aliens. Okay? If we're going to get along with them. Otherwise, what's the fucking point? I mean, we're all going to be freaked out and afraid of them and not want to talk to them. And, you know, we have to be able to talk to them and be theologically, religiously on tune with them. And the only way that's going to happen is if we're religiously, theologically in tune with each other. The only way that's going to happen is if all of our religions become one freaking religion. Okay? I should upload a video about this. I've uploaded bunches of videos, but I should upload more and more videos about this. There has to be one world religion. The aliens are going to land. Because the aliens have one world religion. And it's really freaking simple to have one world religion. All you do is take all of the religions and believe all the religions, right? Oh, you can't believe all the religions. Some people might say, yes, you can believe all the religions. You just have to not believe the part of the religion that doesn't believe the other religion, right? So it's like, what? So let's talk about Buddhism. What does Buddhism believe? Buddhism believes in reincarnation, although there have been a bunch of Buddhists writing on my freaking Buddhism went wrong page, where Buddhism went wrong page, trying to tell me that Buddhists don't believe in reincarnation. I'm like, what? Like all Buddhists don't believe in reincarnation. I'm like, what Buddhist are you? They don't tell me what Buddhist they are. Maybe they're just trying to freak me out. But yeah, Buddhists believe in reincarnation. Buddhists believe in meditation. What else do Buddhists believe? They believe in the impermanence of everything. Everything changes. Yeah, fuck yeah, I believe in all that stuff. What do Christians believe? They believe in God. Well, what's God? Well, God's everything. Oh yeah, God's everything. God loves you. Yeah, God's everything. God loves you. Jesus was God. Okay, Jesus was God. He was like an enlightened being who's God. I'm God. Okay. Who else thinks that I'm God? I'm God. You're God. He's God. We're all God. Jesus was God. We're all God, right? But as soon as a religion's like, oh no, but I don't believe your religion. Like if a Buddhist says I don't believe in God, well, you can't negate the other religion. You can't take the other religion down. So you gotta. That's the one part that you have to get rid of. But it's not anti-Buddhist to believe in God. I mean, the Buddha never told you not to believe in God. The Buddha just didn't want to talk about it because he was too busy talking about other things, and he had enough time in the monastery to get your attention to talk about what he wanted to talk about. One didn't want to talk about God, but it was never like, "Ooh, there's no God. Make sure that you don't believe in God." Only the crazy people after that say that and want their power. And as far as religion, Christianity, did Jesus ever say, "Don't believe in reincarnation"? Don't believe in reincarnation. No. So just believe in reincarnation. What's the big deal? Believe in God. Believe in reincarnation. Believe what other religion? Scientology. Believe all that shit about Scientology. Like what one Scientologist, what's crazy? He was a crazy guy, so I'm not gonna. I don't want to like give Scientology a bad name, but there was this one Scientologist guy who was also a crazy guy. I think he got excommunicated by him, but he said that like the two guys who invented the the printing press at the same time, or I can't remember what it was. They were the same people in two separate bodies. Yeah, sure, the same inhabiting the same soul, the same energy, one type of energy. Sure, I'll believe that part of it. Modify it to whatever you is. But anyways, that's pretty easy. It's an easy thing to do. To meld all the religions in one world religion. It's so freaking easy. Just don't hate on the other religion. I saw this one video of this because I typed in if you type in New Age religion on YouTube, all you're gonna get is like crazy ass fundamentalist Christians trying to upload videos telling you how fucked up New Ageism religion is. And I saw this one of these like hillbilly singers, right? These pop singer hillbillies with this like weird fucking mullet haircut. And they had a friend who was like, yeah, I'm trying to make fun of it. I'm New Age. Look, I have crystals. He. Astrology. And they were like, ha, idiot. Ha. It's like, what? No, why are you doing that? I mean, like it. What's wrong with liking crystals and astrology, Like Carl Sagan. I mean, what the hell is he doing talking trash about astrology? Just believe it. Just choose what you to believe. But if you don't believe it, don't just straight. It's kind of funny. I saw this one video. I mean, you might think I'm getting sidetracked the timeline towards disclosure, but fucking depends on the one thing. If we need unity. We need to connect as a society, and the only way we're going to do that is going to be it's all revolves about religion. We all connect to society religionally, and at the same time, we believe the aliens are here. We're going to know that the aliens are good because we're going to know that we're all good and there's nothing, no evil. Then the aliens can land, and that's that. And that's the path towards the aliens, right? Because there's and I'll give you another example about people being bigots, religious bigots, belief bigots. It's the I saw this one show called No Intelligence Allowed documentary by Ben Stein, and it's basically this documentary that Ben Stein makes. That there's the scientists, the scientists are against intelligent design, and Ben Stein interviewed a bunch of these scientists who are against intelligent design, and they are so fucking stupid. These scientists, they're so bigotous, so ignorant. They're like, Ben Stein's like, why don't you believe intelligent design? And they're like, why would I not believe in intelligent design? Why would I not? Intelligent design's stupid. It's like obvious. And they were acting like children. It's like, why don't you give a reason why you don't believe in intelligent freaking design? You know, I mean, there's so many holes to intelligent design. I mean, well, there's plenty of holes to intelligent design as far as fundamentalist Christians say, but no, I mean, there's really many holes in terms of Darwinistic, and you know, Darwin himself and the guy who actually thought of it before Darwin did, those guys weren't done. They knew there was still stuff to be thought of, and there were mysteries, and you know, they were religious. It's like the problems with Darwinianisms is, okay, the DNA in one cell can go around the world like 3 times. The DNA in your body can go to the moon and back like 3 times, okay? We're 96% similar DNA-wise to a freaking fruit fly, right? You know, like a seed, the DNA of a freaking seed, of a plum, is like incredibly complex. This stuff is programmed from a higher freaking source, or higher freaking intelligence. It doesn't just like stumble into being out of nothing. This stuff is like popping up. Life forms pop up out of nowhere inside of nuclear reactors that are toxic and 1,000,000 degrees. And North Pole and South Pole have the same things that appear. Like how do they exist in both North and South Pole if they can't communicate? Because they'll die if they communicate. Nothing brings, but it's because of the environment. They just pop up out of nowhere. There's this higher energy out there that holds planets into place, keeps them spinning around at the same distance from the sun, one and then 2 times farther one out, and then 2 times farther one out. If you do the freaking Fibonacci spiral, there's the sound, the goddess. I mean, psionics. The sound, the art of sound. You do a sound and it makes a shape. You do another sound, it changes the shape. We're all created by this vibration. We all know that energy is vibration anyways. You know, the quark goes in and out 22 zeros after a second, you know, inside of the atom. It's just a pattern vibration that holds us all here. And so the DNA is actually programmed like that. So anyways, like, where did the eye come from? Did the eye just pop into being? Where point me the organism that has the half eye, or has the halfway eye? You know, everything along the line still exists. So anyways, that's basically what has to happen. Now, that's what we're going to think about. Now, another thing we're going to think about is what we're going to have to think about before disclosure happens is beings or parallel universes. I think we're going to start to realize that anything is possible, and anything you think about is possible somewhere and is going to happen, you know, so nothing was lost forever. Parallel universes. So I think we're going to start to become interested in history. I think we should really see, people are going to ask questions when they're aliens. They're going to be like, well, universe is really big, the aliens are everywhere. Well, oh my God, that's a little bit too much for me to understand, to know. I don't want to know about the aliens. It's too much for me. I've got enough shit to worry about right here, right now. You know, so it's going to be good enough for most of us to just know that the aliens are here and to know that everything's going to be all right and we're going to advance, but nothing more. right? So then we're going to start to become interested. There's a whole bunch of stuff we can become interested in before that. Then we're going to become interested in our own history, understanding what we come from. When you know that anything is possible and there's an infinite amount of parallel universes, an infinite amount of aliens out there, well, are you going to become interested in them, or are you going to become more interested in yourself to find out where you are in that world? Instead of forget that you're here and forget anything about you and then try and learn about them that's not you. Now I think we're going to turn into ourselves and become more and more interested in history, our own history, and find out where we come from. Because if there's all sorts of parallel universes and stuff out there that have all different kinds of history than us, I think we're going to want to, like I said before, we're going to want to know where we are in that. We're going to know what we came from, what our legacy is, in order to know where we're going. We're going to become interested in our future. If all the aliens come, we know the aliens are here. Well, the first question is going to be, where are we in that? Where are we going to be in the future? What's going to happen to us? Well, the best way to know about this is actually another video about how we should think about history, but where our trajectory in the future is, what was our trajectory from the past? What did we come from? What happened? Why do we? Anyway, we're going to become interested in our past, and then possible parallel universe, possible outcomes, and all that kind of stuff. But those are basically the steps I think that need to come before aliens come. But we're gonna have that period of time is gonna be living in it for a while. But we have to basically take over the world. I mean, the whole world has to come together. So dictatorships have to go, and people have to be free to move around and all this kind of stuff. We've kind of got a long ways to go, but I think it's gonna happen fast. Anyways, I've been going for 60 minutes now.